Jersey. It's me. It's me, baby. Hello, hello. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. My name is Alckemy. We're going to be doing, as I had described in the chat, making sounds and beats. It's Monday. Mondays. Am I right? I need to refresh this. Was that not going? Sometimes this gets frozen, so I just have to restart the capture. There we go. Yeah, we're just going to be making some sounds. I'm going to be doing some design stuff. I really want to do like a beat tape-esque thing, and I want to start planning that out with something like Obsidian, and start kind of getting this blueprint going for what it is that I want to do. But yeah, we'll take a look at this in just a second. Vault name, beat tape blueprint. Please pick a valid folder. Let's go documents, new folder, and we'll go Obsidian, open, create. Cool. So yeah, we're going to take a look at this in just a second. But before we do that, we have some quick play spells to get through. I have been bad. I'm a little behind on these, so we're going to go ahead and catch up on those before we do anything else, if I can find it. Alckemy, everyday quick play spells. There we go. We only have a few, but let's go ahead and get through these, and then we'll get to doing what we want to do. That was cool. Every time I hear Michael, I gotta turn this shit up. I think as a warm-up, I'm gonna take this and do something with this. And then I'm gonna send it back to Michael, just because it's just piano improv. What? This is actually pretty sick. I really like the texture on that. That was awesome. So yeah, as a warm up, let's go ahead and just like cook up a quick fire beat. And let's not think about this too much, but I'm gonna go ahead and download this. I'll throw this piano improv in here. Set this to repitch. Hey, thanks for the follow. Fucking gorgeous. Okay. So let me grab a couple more instances of this. And sorry, I'm already in cook mode. I woke up today being like, you know what, I'm gonna make some shit. So we're making some shit. Not really sure what not really sure what kind of drums I want to use yet. No, yes, but I don't know what kind of drums I want to use is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if I want to use a snare or if I want to use a... Yeah, maybe I'll just do that. I don't want to overcook this. Hey mate, just heard from Nasco stream that he doesn't move to Bitwig because some sort of audio export issue or something similar. Maybe you know what that's about because I can't find any proper info. I honestly have no idea. And nobody else I know has brought something up like that before. How loud is this? That was weird to me as well. I'm about to fully translate to Bitwig and that made me worry. I mean, I haven't noticed anything. Um, sometimes like if you use bounce, maybe what he was talking about is like a phase shift. If you do like bounce in place, it's where like if you're making drums, then sometimes it'll remove a transient thing or whatever. Like I'm not sure if it'll do it on this one, but we can see. I think they fixed that problem, but let me see. Okay, let me try this. No, they fixed that issue. So I don't really know. That's closer to what I'm looking for, but not quite. Hey, Nate. Hey, Jimmy. What's up, guys? See if we can give this just a little more heat. That first batch, or that first hit, I think was pretty good. I don't think that I want a tone. Oh, that sounded nice. Although I do want this to be a little bit more, just a little bit more punchy. Using hard clippers before the limiter to preserve. That's what I do. So I clip everything first and then I send it into the limiter. So what I can do here is just increase the fundamental on this, and then what I can do is create a time shift here to where these will move out of the way. But that's essentially why this transient isn't as strong, is because it's too smeared. Oh, that's an effect layer. So then we would duplicate this and then create a polymer. There we go. Cool. Hey, happy Monday. Let's try some different snares. I honestly don't even know what I'm looking for, and none of this sounds right, but whatever. Um, it's fine. Multi-stage envelopes were like low-key a game changer for Bitwig. Let's do some disc tube. Trying not to overcook it. That's kind of something that I'm trying to be a little bit more mindful of. This is a really good like electronic kick, but it's when I say overcook, it's for like not trying to make the heaviest fucking drums of my life. It's something that's gonna be a little bit more natural. but I cannot resist. That actually sounds pretty cool. Though, might want to... make this a little bit shorter. There we go. There we go. Okay. getting back into this music stuff. This is your sample. What's up, Michael? I see what you did there. You goofy cheeky. You goofy cheeky. Dang, that's super cool. Yeah, I'm gonna add some some slight detuning in a bit, but I'm just trying to get the vibe first. Oh, that's nice. Wow. Okay, so the next thing that I want to figure out is what key this is in now. Yeah, needlepoint. I mean, isotope vinyl or even grain delay. If you do it really slow, like a really slow shift with an LFO, you can get the same thing. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add phase plant on here, and I'm going to. Do, do, do. These are all chords, so that's actually kind of not a chord. There's still a bass note under that, but I might be able to just filter that out. Da, da, da. What is that? Da. Chords and melody in between, kind of. Yeah. Da. That's what we want. Da. Da. I think that's closest to F, I want to say. I know that it's not going to be perfect, but I mean, that's what the EQ is telling me. But playing C minor is in key, or at least is at least close to being in key. Yeah. I don't want it to be perfect. It's okay. the thing is like I repitched it, so it's something that is like way different. You know what I mean? Oh, the repitch is in G. Gotcha. That's what I mean. I've been playing what, C minor slash G minor or G Dorian. G minor seems to fit, so C minor is close. Yeah, this just has a little bit of a darker intonation into it, but that does work. Guys, I'm also not a theory person, so forgive me. I'm just I'm just trying to use what little knowledge of finding a key of something I have. Isn't there a plugin for that? Like that. I did back in the day. Like, I used to make a lot of stuff that was purely piano. Like, yeah, now I just make stuff like this. But no, like, I was really big on songwriting when we were talking and stuff. Like, most of my stuff was about songwriting. And then like 2017 through 2018, that's when I really got into songwriting. You know, just shit like this. But 2019 and beyond, I kind of was more focused on, what's it called? I was more focused on just beat making. I mean, I would love to see somebody actually play this like as a real composition and not just like, you know, like I played the notes in, but obviously they were all like quantized and whatever, and so this is just like like a mock-up, but I would love to hear somebody play this. Assuming it's possible, because I don't even know if this is actually like humanly possible to play, but with like natural timing, you know, and not just like put it on the thing. Yeah, it needs rubato. That's a big one and more dynamics. But still, like the composition is there. Hey, Follix. And that's one thing that's like I don't really like. I mean, obviously, a lot of this stuff has rubato in it, and I can do it with drums and like a simple melody, but coming up with an entire composition, you know what I mean? That's like purely human time, I guess. Not humanized, human time. That's a very different thing to me. Uh is is kind of is a challenge. Speaking of dynamics, adding some to this would probably help quite a bit. I don't really like this shaker. It's okay. I might fuck with it later, but it's serving its purpose. Goes against modern music, everything one tempo, the whole song. When tempo is an element to play with, it adds so much depth. Yeah. Did did we ever talk about the free form writing stuff? It's something that I dabbled with like 5 years ago. So this is something to try, mainly beat block and beatboxing. This is something that I made in like 2021, and basically what you do, well, there's a couple of different ways to do it, but long story short, you pick an arbitrary tempo and you build phrases and you build like, you know, you build a motif or you build a center, and when you repeat those phrases and stuff is completely natural. Or you're kind of just writing and to write. And the way that it was taught to me was like people would just have a bunch of, you know, like random mud pie chains and stuff, and they would just kind of like segment out stuff and like push it apart or whatever and create like these vibes. But what I did was more of like writing to Tom and Jerry. Yeah, it's like film writing and all that stuff. It's like when it feels right, when it comes into play. It's not bound by a tempo. It's more so it feels like it's more so describing action than it is actually like music to listen to. And that's kind of what this was more of like audible storytelling. Oh, well then, yeah, excuse me. I'm sorry. But yeah, you're essentially but you don't have a film to score to. You know, you're kind of just like what I did was I just wrote out a story. And then I just described the scene and I made interactions and stuff with sounds to the scene based off of what felt right with that timing. Um and it's weird because when you yeah, and that's something that like not a lot of people do anymore, you know. But I mean, yeah, like none of this stuff is bound by bars or whatever, but it just, you know what I mean? You kind of like are just listening to it and it's like, "Oh, okay, it still leads together." You're not trying to like anticipate when the next thing is going to happen, I guess. Yeah, like this is just fucked up. Like you can't catch it. There's nothing to catch other than the phrase. Yeah, so, but that's less of music and more of like a sound experience, or like a sound, an audible experience. But doing stuff like that is really really fun to do, and I don't really do it anymore, but I haven't forgotten how, and it's some fun shit to do. Oh, that's so cool. That's really hard to play though. I actually want to. Maybe just quantize this a little bit. And I think if I push everything back just a bit. Yeah, that's fucking cool. Basic stuff, man. I don't know. Sometimes I get really distracted. But that's kind of what we're doing here, is just messing around and. I'll have to play with this later. Sorry, I got distracted. Hello, Sonic the Hedgehog. What happened? Oh. Sick. Did I hear? What? Man. That is fucking awesome. That's so fucking sick. Wow. Dang. Give me one sec. Just enjoy this for a second. I need to check on my dog. Never mind. She's asleep. She's just lying down in the living room. Probably hot. Joycey. It's pretty funny. These are like some of my favorite kinds of sounds. What? Sorry, I know that was loud. But, I mean, the first part of this sounded like... like one-winged angel or something. Yeah, like steampunk choir or something. That's crazy. I really like this too. See what you did, Michael? Like, this is why... I should probably study just a little bit more theory. Like, I have a little bit under my belt, but like, I feel like there's so much that I could do with just a little bit of jazz theory. I was not expecting to get into this kind of sound design today, but it is really refreshing. See, I know about 251s and, you know, changing modes and stuff, but like, why? Like, what about just like a 4-part harmony, you know? Just starting from there. Like, 251s sound boring as fuck. No matter if they're 7s or 9s or 13s, fucking 13 add 9. Like, they just... There's something else about it for me that secondary dominants are big. It's a way to transition to any other chord naturally. So that's like that's your bridge to like changing modes, you mean? Or even changing key? You literally only ever play 251s when you're playing stuff. That's really hard to believe, but I believe you. Yeah, it's like your connector. Yeah, I don't know. Like, every time I fuck with Scalar, 251s are more old school jazz. What about people that are like, where do people usually start with like bebop stuff? I'm getting ahead of myself. Like, let's say, sorry, since I have you both in here, let's say I'm doing like, I don't know, even like C Dorian, right? And we go 2, 5. Like, what do you do with this? Bebop is pretty old school chords, really? Two five ones. It's just the improv is insane. Oh, a major 5, major 1, and then a minor 2. Okay, that changes it quite a bit. So changing from, so there's the nuances in the modal changes within those chords. Yeah, okay. All right, that makes so much more sense. Yeah, you pretty much like right when you type that out, or right when I read that, I was saying the same thing. So that makes a lot more sense. So you could literally be like, let's grab the 2 from this. Let's grab, stay within somewhat of a minor, like a 5. And then what does this sound like? And then I guess we could improv on that. No. Maybe a voicing 2. Variations. Did you say secondary dominant? How do you identify a secondary dominant? Is that putting a sharp to the last key? Or is that what creates a dom, or is that a flat? Fuck, Corey taught me all this shit and I don't remember. Like, I know that certain shifting of like of the keys is essentially a 5 to any of the chords in a scale. So if you're playing the key of C, you just add a 5th. Functions as a dominant chord, resolves to a chord. And want to play second, you play A dominant. Different NC key to emphasize. Corey plays keys. Corey is a classically trained pianist and composer. But she doesn't do a lot of jazz stuff. She's more of a classical person. Secondary dominant is higher level jazz theory. I'll look it up. Let me write this down into secondary dominance. I don't know what this is, but this is someone's phone number, and that's a key to something. It's a cool way to go into new chords like smoothly. Well, modal changes is kind of that thing, right? Or like, I mean, even just playing the wrong note, or even playing a chord that I know some of this stuff. So if I wanted to transition from C to, let's say, F, I need to play a chord on the last one that's going to have something that bridges C and F, right? There needs to be a commonality. And I don't really think about music chords like this, and I don't usually do a lot of key changes, but that's kind of along the lines of what we're talking about here, right? to like oversimplify because I'm stupid and like theory is not my thing. Oh shit. Yo, is anybody in LA right now? You guys good? Diminish second chord. So that's the 2 then, right? So you take the 2. What? Can we all talk about this later? I'm getting lost, and like this is why I don't spend a lot of time. Hold on. I want to talk about this, but I want to have this conversation later. That's what I meant to say. I just got cooked and a little slightly overwhelmed. Corey just told me that the Marines were deployed out to LA today. I was just like, damn. Stay safe, everybody. Big ups, Palmdale. I'm from North Hollywood and Sherman Oaks. Oh, that's nice. we'll probably make this a little bit shorter. And then a little less percussive. Sound like a machine gun. We're going to turn this into tear out. Hey all, give me just 1 second, okay? Hello? Hey, Master Nick, how are you? Hey, sorry about that. Yeah, did you mean reharmonize, like create like a melody? Like, yeah, sometimes. It depends on the beat. But not always. Give me 1 second. I need to check on my dog again. Make sure she's okay. Oh, she's right behind me. Never mind. She's good. Hi, baby. You want to sit up here with me for a bit? Come here. Come. Go ahead. Come on. Good girl. There we go. You can just hang out with me for a little bit. Like if I played a C major chord, but then played A in the bass, you had A minor chord with the seventh. That's too advanced. um, if I mean like I don't usually think about this kind of stuff, but like every once in a while, I'll have a chord split up between different instruments to again oversimplify what you're saying. But man, my dog's breath is stanky. But I usually don't think about that, to be honest. This beat was actually going to go in a different direction as well. Like, I don't know. Michael, do you want to, are you still here, Michael? Do you want to play with this? There's some other stuff in here that I was hearing that I was like, man, it would be really cool to make a different beat out of this. Yeah, same. Send it now. It sounds cool when you have a chord ostinato. Is an ostinato like where you're hitting one note or you're hitting one note and then you're playing like an arpeggio on the other hand? Like Castlevania, Bach type shit. It just means repeating a pattern, Oh, it just means a repeating pattern, basically. Okay, gotcha. Okay, let me stem this out. This doesn't have any side chaining or anything on it, but let me figure out. That'll be muted. This will be here. Let me get everything in here that's actually. It's actually doing something. I'm now handicapped. I have one hand on my dog giving her pets, and the other hand is on this, so forgive me. Okay. Looks good to me. We're gonna start with pair improv. Fuck. I need two hands. 1 second, child. Okay, I'll see you later. She left me. Why'd you leave me? I should probably take her out. She hasn't dookied in quite a bit. Wait, you're not in Bitwig, are you, Michael? Because I could just send you the project file. No, you're in Ableton, I think. Desktop. You have 8-track? Yeah, I'll send that over. I kind of want to explore a little bit more down this other improv stuff that I've been doing with this thing. So, I'm gonna send this to Michael, and then I'm gonna take a little bit of a break and just like quickly let the dog out. Well, yeah, I'm gonna see if I can make her wait like 20 minutes because she gets fed at like 6, and then I'll take her out for a little bit of a longer walk, and then we'll get back to it. Oh, mainly Logic. That's a Jazzman's DAW? I didn't know that. I'm sorry I didn't label this. I apologize. I'm gonna go move that stems. Nah, everyone you know who makes Jazz and Logic. You know, Billy can open Ableton projects directly. Yeah, and FL and Studio One, I think. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure that that was going to work. Hold on one second. Try not to dox anybody here. Where are you at, Michael? Oh, God, no. There you are. Oh, God. Okay, that's sending. And we'll go back to the DAW. Yeah, it opens FL and some other platforms as well. I think Studio One and maybe some other stuff, but we'll save this as Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't even ask you for permission if I could use this. I just kind of went and did it, but thank you. Everything you post on my server is free use. Oh, don't say that, dude, because somebody's gonna get rich off of you. Okay, so I'm gonna take another stab at this chord stuff for a bit because my brain is a bit fried at the moment. I didn't even make any basses today, but I did make drums, so there's that. So something simple. Let's go like E, and we go, and then go to a minor. Okay. Now, how can I find... I guess if I was doing secondary dominant, then I would have to pick a dominant chord of a different key, right? But how does that fall back into play with the 1? It would be just to add a 5th to... Now that E minor could be the new 2. I guess it would, if I were to add a 5th to this, it would be dependent on what mode I'm going to change into. Because it's not just an any chord label, right? But what does that look like in notation? So it would be add 5, E minor add 5, or E minor add flat 5. Oh damn, where did everybody go? Add a chord a 5th away in front of whatever in front of the scale. Yeah, so E minor and then we would add that 5th, right? Which this is not letting me do this, but generate parallel harmony? What does that mean? There's still so much about this I don't know of. Wait, this just went into 152. Wait, what? Uh, Suggestion modulated pathway. Shouldn't there be a chord suggester on here? Let me start over. At least I thought there was. Edit. Playback timings. No. Main. Suggest. 152. Yeah, it makes me confused as well, but it also doesn't. Like add 9. Like these suggestions aren't even on here. F minor 7. B minor 7, add 9. It's easier with major keys. Okay. Here's an add 9. sus2 E minor no 5th. Add 13. Yeah, like these aren't even on here. So like how would I just go in and edit the chord itself? Chord. Edit. E major. E major 7, flat 9, sharp 9. E major 7. Notes are on top. Well, that's what this is, but this is just suggestions, right? Like I should just do this on a piano roll, but no. Oh, yeah, I should just do this on a piano roll, but okay. I still have to do this. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2, 3, 4. So if I was playing a B chord, I'd add an E. Or maybe I'd add a top E. And the blue is suggestive. Got it. Or maybe I would add this on the last chord. 5. Well, if this is... That's 11. E minor 7. So add 5 isn't even on here. Usually the 7th would be the 5th, would be on the 5th chord or a major flat 7th. Right, so that's what I thought. Like a 5th of E is A, right? Or is it C? You'd add a B flat or A. Right. But why does it say add 11? This shit is so confusing. Right. But okay. I think I'm starting to get the hang of this, of like how to figure this out a little bit easier. Um then here would be a modal change. Change that to G. Oh no. Is there not an undo? Oh, luckily there is. Um, how do I just copy the fucking chord? Okay. Scalar is confusing me too, but I'm figuring it out. What was the first? Okay. Oh, right. We're still in B minor. One, two, three, four, five, six. 6. It's definitely jazzy, but that's jazzy in like the cheapest way. Six. We in jazz club tonight? Pretty much. We've got some jazz heads in here that are helping me fuck this up. Why is this an A minor? Why is this A minor 7 when this is all down here? Oh my god, jazz. This is just fucking confusing as fuck. Um, let's go back to the E minor. The lowest note isn't always the tonic. Oh my fucking god. That's about where I quit right there. What? Okay, but why isn't it notated that it's a... It means over? Good God. Oh my God, polytonal clusters. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna bounce this out and then do like a... I'm just kidding. That'd be fucking hilarious. Let's get some D flat minor 6 flat 9 over C sus 4 action. Or we could not. Oh my gosh, like navigating this shit to try to, and that's kind of why I've given up on Scalar, because to try to like find a bridge to navigate how to understand this and how to build jazz chords out of this, it's like, oh my God, dude, it's rough. Yeah, it's something I don't really understand. It's almost easier to read a book and use a piano roll. Yeah, I think so too, but like, I don't know. The thing about piano rolls and even like playing an instrument other than reading a book would probably be the thing, or God forbid having a teacher, right? But um yeah, sometimes when you use the piano roll, like it's really easy to get stuck in just using what works. Tritone substitution time. Look, I just want to get some cool chords in here and then fucking break them. Like is that too much to ask? But I want to break them in a way that still makes sense. Within one of those chords is also another degree of a different scale. Okay, now everybody's just fucking flexing on me. No, this doesn't make any sense, dude. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Here we go. Here we go. You want some fucking music theory? Hot cross buns. Hot cross buns. Yeah. Fuck you know about that? But using voice leading? I do know about voice leading. I usually don't have an issue coming up with chords. I'm just like trying to get into a specific, like, just get into different shit. Like layer a bunch of lines on top of each other. Yeah, like have a melody and then, or like have, I think, well, at least my understanding of what voice leading is like, you usually have some kind of melody over this, right? So like, and then you're kind of just like, okay. Probably shouldn't use a sine wave for this. Wait, you can listen to Mahler 9 fourth movement right now? Can I listen to best voice leading writing that exists? No, but I'll write it down. I mean, this is generally how I write chords, is just, as opposed to being like tritone, 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 I'll usually make a melody and then harmonize with it and then start creating inversions. But But yeah, that's kind of how I create chords. Or I'll just use polarities tool. But uh, I've watched a few videos on voice leading, and I think that I tried to talk with Corey about it, and she was like, "That's not what it is." So I'm not gonna say that. I don't know. I think what I think it is not the same thing as what it actually is. But yeah, but a lot of stuff with this doesn't really like. I haven't memorized all of the modal changes and stuff. I usually stay within the confines of a scale, as opposed to being able to figure out how to break this. And that's kind of the next step for me for music theory. At least like if I want to create more jazzy chords and stuff, you know. But that would be a nice place to play with just like with those different harmonies. Um, just because when we get into doing this other stuff, like what I've been doing as of late, um, I think that I'd be able to create some really cool, interesting textures with it. Or I could just keep sampling Michael. That'd be cool. That's usually what I do. But it doesn't really usually lead me down the roads that I want to go. And to be honest with you, like, how do I even say that? I'd actually prefer, like, a lot of stuff that I do with finding harmonies and stuff is usually just through blurring them, like blurring a bunch of melodies or improvising them and figuring out a way to smash them together. So, like, let me just duplicate this. If I were to just, like, play some shit. So, like, consolidating any of this information to a chord, you know what I mean? Like, what does this sound like? Okay, so this is gonna be some kind of suspended chord. Have some fun. I just play a few random chords and then try to make it work and then give some fun and some time. You, that kind of thing, holding stuff out. Wait, what? Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I know how to do this, but playing something that changed keys. Yeah, like switching or like I have a couple of scales memorized for how to change modes and but I have to be really methodical with it, you know, of just like adding that sharp or adding, you know, or changing something from a minor to a harmonic minor or you know what I mean? Shit like that. The trick would be making it work. You don't care jazzy sound and stuff in there, you don't care about the key at all. Changing from a major to minor on the same chord is cool. Da, da. Why did I just do that? Do, do. Yeah, I played into harmonic minor and like Phrygian shit like way too hard. And that's part of the reason why I got out of songwriting, is because a lot of my shit started sounding the same. Why don't we just do what jungle people do and just take a chord and just pitch it? It's easy to get stuck in one type of scale, especially harmonic minor. Yeah, sounds classical, right? And that's kind of my thing, is I have an affinity towards going toward more classical sounding things. Kind of starting to revolve around C. Legato? I suppose I could do that. I could just be like, all right, well, let's just take that and then turn that into something interesting. Or I could do this. I really dislike like the 4-part harmony approach to making stuff, but Hey, Swan. Oh, we're kind of just chilling. I wish they had a favorites. That'd be cool. That's badass. That's pretty funny. See, like this though, like that's why I like kind of fucking around with shit like this, because I'm the kind of person to take a really small motif like this. Why doesn't that sound the same? Do, do. What is this tempo at? Oh, that's why. I was like, what? Okay. There we go. Just send it to me on Discord. a different kick. Wait, what happened? I really like the stomp of that, so we could probably keep that. So we could probably do something like this. I really like some parts of this. Oh, that's cool, yeah. Hey, what's up, dude? Melodic techno track? Yeah. Was that... Is it me, or did that sound like a dog bark? I, I swear, that sounded like... What the fuck? Sure, we're gonna throw that in there. Crazy. Alright guys, I'm a little bit behind. I'm probably gonna go because I need to feed my dog and take her out. She deserves nothing but the best, and I don't want to neglect her. But if anybody has any questions, you guys can always hit me up on the Discord, and then maybe we'll pick some of this stuff up on Wednesday and just kind of keep messing around. But yeah, much love guys. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. Unless if you want to wait 20 minutes while I take her out and make sure that she eats and all that other stuff, but I'd rather just go. Yeah, but we'll be back Wednesday, and we'll be kicking it. But yeah. Peace. For sure. I'll check y'all later. Have a great rest of your evening. Bye everybody. If you like my sounds, alchemy.com. I've got samples, presets, courses, all that stuff. Sorry, that's the business side of me. But yeah. Bye everybody. I'll see you later.